hitters like our chairman to rally the troops and get us all ready to go. First person I want to introduce today is, everybody knows this man, Delegate Randy Minshew, who has served as our LCRC chair, has served in capacity as attorney for the governor, and is now our delegate from the 10th district, which is the 10th delegate district here in Leesburg. Delegate Randy Minshew.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman Whitback. Really, a lot of the credit for a lot of the great organization we've seen here in Loudoun County and Fairfax and Clark and Frederick.
Sorry about that.
I was going to mention that if you see great organization here in the 10th Congressional District of Virginia, that is not a mirage. It's not anything that happened by accident. It's happening to some really hard work and absolutely great leadership by my friend and my chairman of the 10th District, John Whitback. The guy's everywhere. I see him in Frederick County. I see him in the middle of the night in Clark County. I see him in Fairfax County. The guy's everywhere. And out of the 11 Congressional District Chairman of the Republican Party of Virginia, I will put this guy up against anyone. And that's one reason why we're going to carry the 10th Congressional District for George Allen. So when Chairman Whitback asks, I need you these last 12 days, it's a sprint right now. I need you to totally focus, work with him, because that's what he's doing. He's working 23 hours a day, saving that 1 hour for being with his family to get our guys elected. Okay. What I'd like to do is introduce our chairman of the Republican National Committee, a great friend of ours who came from the great state of Wisconsin, who has been leading our party in all 50 states and all territories. If you have not received one of his emails, something must have a broken computer.
I had to remind him.
But Chairman Prebus has been probably in all 50 states, and it's an honor to have him come to this battleground town in a battleground county of a battleground state. And with this great organization that is working under the RNC, I'll make a prediction right now that Virginia's 13 electoral votes will firmly be cast for President Mitt Romney. Welcome to my House of Delegates District, my hometown of Leesburg. Thank you for being here in Loudoun County. So tell us, bring us the good news from the RNC.
Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Well, you're all ready to fire Barack Obama and save America. You're ready to win? Listen, this is going to be our rendezvous of destiny. This is our time for choosing right now. And you know what brought us together. And I promise you on my life, I'm not here because I'm worried about the future of the Republican Party. And I know that's not why you're here. We love the party, but this is about the future of America. And that's what makes this election so much different than anything else that I think we've all been involved with. We're not dealing with your daddy's Democrat here and Barack Obama. And the newsflash is that Europe doesn't work in Europe, right? It's not going to work here. And we have so much to fight for. I think that we're in a battle for freedom in this country. It's the same battle that founded this country, that James Madison reaffirmed in the Bill of Rights, that founded our party, and here we are today. We know that a country that has to surrender its sovereignty to its bondholders can't guarantee prosperity or freedom to anybody. And a country that buries its kids and its grandkids in an avalanche of debt can't rest in any vestige of the moral high ground. And we know that a country controlled by China can't compete with China. And we are in a battle for freedom. You know, I'm not around as much at home. I will be more around after in a couple of weeks. But one of the things I love to do when we're all together in Washington is I like taking my little guy Jack, who's 7, to different little monuments around Washington, so we can kind of get a sense of what Dad's doing and what's at stake, and you know, all the things you'd think you'd want to do with your kids. And we've got a little girl named Grace, which, by the way, isn't it nice that we named our kids normal names like Jack and people say Reince, what, Reince? Like, I feel sorry for the guys introducing me, because you know about a half an hour ago, you were thinking, okay, Reince. Yeah, that's like people, what happens when a Greek and a German get married. Cultural disaster. In any event, I'm a normal guy. I will tell you, though, bring in little Jack. How many people have been to the World War II Memorial? Oh, yes. Okay, I mean, everybody. But it's one of those places, like, you get out of it what you're willing to put into it, right? I mean, you have to, you go there, you get your head straight. And so we're walking around, and Jack's a good little reader. And we're reading these incredible quotes from Nimitz and Eisenhower and these heroes from our time. And then we walked up to that place on the wall with those 4,000 golden stars. And at first you're trying to figure out, well, what is this all about? And you figure out that for every one of those stars, 100 little guys, just like Jack, obviously a little bit older, didn't come home to mom and dad. And, you know, it kind of hits you. And you could never, ever put yourself in the shoes of a parent that goes through something like that. And that's not the point. You don't do that. But sometimes, you know, as a young parent, you look down at your little guy and you just wonder what it would be like. And it just kind of hits you. And in front of those stars, in gold on the black granite, it says, "Here we mark the price of freedom." We're in a battle for freedom in this country. And, you know, this may seem harsh to say, but I got to tell you, I think this president's got a problem with the American dream. He's got a problem with success. Or he's willing to use this in a very cynical way to divide this country and to do all the things that he warned us about people in politics will become. He's become. He's become another plasticized Washington politician that really he plays small ball every day, dividing this country. When I grew up in Kenosha, Wisconsin, I'm sure a lot like all of you can relate to this. My dad was a union electrician. He retired from the Racine Unified School District. And I remember driving around town and driving over here. There's a lot of pretty, beautiful houses. My dad didn't point to the beautiful house on the corner and say, "Hey kids, take a look at these lousy people over here in this pretty house." Right? I mean, he did what all your parents did. Pointed to the house and said, "Listen up, pal. If you go to school and you work hard, you're going to be in that house. And you know what, Mom and Dad, we pray that it's 3 times bigger." Here's the kicker. There isn't Democratic parents in Virginia, and there aren't Republican parents in Virginia that wish upon their kids this glass half empty, life of Julia, Obama world that this president is trying to jam down our throats. And that's why he's going to lose in November. He's going to lose because his big picture view of what this country is hungry and starving for isn't squaring up with the American people anymore. Now you compare the view of Barack Obama, this small ball world, Romnesia, and the war on women, and all this garbage. And then you've got someone like Mitt Romney, who spent his entire life being successful in every category of his life, whether it be being a good dad, being a good husband, right? Getting involved in his church, led the church, got involved in the Olympics, saved the Olympics, gave away his father's entire inheritance, every dime of it, gave it away to charity, everything. Then he started a business with his friends, wildly successful, hundreds and thousands of people employed, got involved in politics as a Republican in Massachusetts, right? Which, I mean, it takes guts just to do that. And then won, worked with 87% Democrats, passed the budgets, balanced the budgets, never raised taxes, went from a big deficit to a surplus and putting a rainy day fund away. We're ready for someone that knows how to get the job done in this country. We've got to get people back to work. They need to be making the money that measures to the job that they're doing, not making less, more money for gas, more money for groceries. You know, and if it's really about liberty and freedom, we got to keep doing what we're doing. I promise you we're going around the clock. I'm going to tell you a couple things that we want to do with you. Number one, I want you to know we fully understand what's at stake in this election. I don't want you to think for a second that the party, at any level, at the national level, state level, local level, you know what? We get this is not another election. This is about the future of this country. That's why we're here. We know how big the stakes are. So that's number one. Number two is we're going to honor your commitments that you're making here every day. The hard work, the time, the money. We're going to honor your commitments that you're making here in this office by working hard and understanding that we need to win the day. We need to win today. Yesterday was a good day. The week before was a good week. We've had a nice run. But tomorrow's a new day. And we need to win tomorrow. We need to win next week. And we get that. Yesterday's over. So you do the same thing here in this office, because you're right. We win here, we win Virginia, we shine the pathway for the rest of this country. We've got to take care of home base here in Virginia. Because if we don't, it's going to be pretty tough. We've got to win here in Virginia. And you can do it here. But just stick it out for another 13 days. So listen, you're a blessing to us. We appreciate you. That's another reason we're here to say thank you. But keep it up. Even though it can be tough, it can be a pain, it's hard, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, and God bless you.